So far in this 2023 off-season, we've of course heard a bunch of teams wanting to trade away certain players, a couple of players requesting trades from certain teams, all of the above really, but no one has been linked to potentially leaving a team more so far than what Damian Lillard has been with the Portland Trail Blazers. This has been the first off-season, I think, from what I can remember, where Damian Lillard has not actually said he's going to be 100% on the team next season. I think in his world, in his idea, he would like to be a Portland Trailblazer next season, but we know with how the Portland Trailblazers are going, he could very well get potentially traded. And look, I personally believe he will most likely be a Trailblazer this season. That could legitimately age so severely bad, but you know what? I'm ready to risk it for the biscuit. I am a chubby bloke myself. But at the end of the day, there is a team extremely interested in Damian Lillard who I quite frankly think would be a really, really good fit to, of course, try and get him. And that, of course, does happen to be the Miami Heat. There is a report going around by Sam Amick right now that does suggest that Damian Lillard has serious interest in potentially joining the Miami Heat. Lillard indeed has very serious interest in joining their Heat, who would surely love to pair him with Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo. If it reaches this point, and there's still an if, he's considering all the times Lillard chose not to ask out before. Lillard's wishes would matter a great deal because of the enormity of his contract. Again, this makes a whole lot of sense that you would assume it would have to be on Damian Lillard's end. I think it would be an extremely bad look on the Portland Trailblazers if Lillard wanted to stay now and the Trailblazers said, no, we wanted to rebuild and go in a different direction. I think it'd be a severely bad look considering all the loyalty that Damian Lillard has given this Portland team. I know there's the old saying that loyalty does not exist in the NBA, but come on now, this would be a serious joke if the Trailblazers traded him without his permission. And again, I don't think he has a trade exception or anything like that. He probably should have asked for one. But again, as what I know is I don't actually think he has one, weirdly enough. I think Bradley Beal, LeBron James, and maybe only one or two other dudes in the NBA really had one. And it's so weird to think that Bradley Beal was one of those dudes that legitimately had one. But again, with the Miami Heat, I think it makes a lot of sense to go out and get Damian Lillard. I've always said that the Miami Heat should not be getting a point guard who is ball dominant and is like a big playmaker, because I've always felt like Jimmy Butler was mainly the point forward of this team. And when they brought in Kyle Lowry, I was always a little bit weirded out by that, because I thought, again, if you're going to have the ball in Jimmy Butler's hands like the whole time as the point forward, what does that kind of make Kyle Lowry? And I ended up being right. Kyle Lowry ended up having an average first season in Miami, then came off the bench in his second season. I think with the Portland Trailblazers and what's going on with them, it does make a lot of sense, in my opinion, to go out and get Damian Lillard, just because of the fact that he is one of the best off-ball guards in the league, and you can legitimately take the ball out of Damian Lillard's hands and he's still going to be an exceptionally good talent. Now, with the Miami Heat, from what I know, I believe they only have around 2 first-round picks or so to trade now, and of course the first-round pick, which they did, of course, use in this year's draft. Again, when it does come to that, I think if Damian Lillard was to request a trade to the Miami Heat, there is for sure a trade that could get worked out here. And don't get me wrong, his contract's quite big, but again, if you were to offer up, I think, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry, probably Jamie Jaquez Jr., which I think is how you say his name. I hope. It's probably not Jamie. I don't know how to, I don't even know. It's definitely some type of Latin type of name, so I've definitely absolutely fucked that up. But if you were to trade probably something that does look like, again, Kyle Lowry, Tyler Hero, Jaquez Jr., and 2 first-round picks, I would assume that gets the deal done for Damian Lillard. Again, even though Damian Lillard is still one of the best players in the NBA, I believe he will be about 32 to 33 years old next season. And if you look at it like this, Tyler Hero is still one of the best young shooting guards in the NBA. Not just that, those 2 to 3 first round picks would help out really good, especially the player they just drafted. I think the player Miami took could be a really nice player on that Portland team. And again, Kyle Lowry still has somewhat of value, so you could probably even flip him to a team like the Clippers or so, who are looking for a point guard, and maybe bring back, you know, a couple of nice role players to add to that or something like that. I'm not exactly too sure how that could end up going. Again, I think this makes a lot of sense for the Miami Heat to do and for Portland to do. You also give Scoot Henderson the floor at Portland while giving him a terrific shooting guard in Tyler Hero to work with. Again, a couple first round picks to help on this rebuild, and a top 20 pick, I believe he was, Hackways Jr. to this team, which would be a really awesome thing. Then if you're Miami, this is cool for them as well, as I believe a player like Duncan Robinson will get much more opportunity now that I think Tyler Hero is out of the team. And this is good for Duncan Robinson because he started to play some more minutes in the playoffs and actually looked like a really solid player. If you do this by Miami, you bring some of the depth back. I think they might have a mid-level exception to free agency. I'm not too sure. Let's just say they do, right? You're looking at a team that maybe looks like Damian Lillard, possibly at the 1. I wonder if they'll go back to starting a dude like Duncan Robinson at the 2, or they'll go with Gabe Vincent or Max Strus. Probably the, latter they'll probably do. And then Jimmy Butler at the 3. I'm assuming K-Love returns at the 4, Bam at the 5. And then off the bench, you would have quite a bit of good players. I think Jovic will step up next season. Caleb Martin will be there. Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent. 2 of those 3 players will be coming off the bench, of course. Cody Zeller will probably return. He had a really nice playoffs for this team as well. And again, if they have a mid-level exception, which I'm not too sure if they do or not, but let's just say they do, there's probably going to be another solid role player you're definitely going to be adding to this team. So I think it legitimately turns them into championship contenders, probably. They already are championship contenders technically, as they just made the finals. But I think this gives them that extra kind of edge. And having a big 3 of Dame, Jimmy Butler, and Bam, and now you get a full season out of those role players like Kevin Love and Cody Zeller, who, oddly enough, were actually really important for them last season. I think this becomes a really good thing and a really good team for the Miami Heat. But of course, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Comment your thoughts and opinions on this all down below. Do you guys think the Miami Heat should, of course, potentially go out and try and trade for Damian Lillard? Or do you guys think he should probably stay on the Portland Trailblazers? Or how do you guys think that's, of course, going to go? And yeah, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel, my IRL/vlogging channel. Links for them will be in the description down below. But yeah, as I was saying, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.